Hey everybody. Um, I wanted to just come on and let me see if this is going to go the way I think it will. Um, okay, I'm doing this video because I wanted to do it a few weeks ago and I haven't gotten around to it. So I was in Maryland in the US and I did two consecutive weekends of workshops, and I believe it's on the second weekend, second or third session of the day. I just wanted to sit with everyone. I think it was like 13 or 14 people. And I just wanted to go around the room and I want to understand people a bit better, but also just to ask them, what's holding you back? What do you feel has become a hindrance for your development? What's holding you back with your spiritual unfoldment? And I really didn't know what people were going to say. I always, when I ask questions like that, I'm never putting people on the spot, but I really wanted everyone to answer. So I believe I started with myself. But what always held me back was not really feeling that what I said or what I did had value. Um, I know that started with my childhood. I know that started with being basically an abandoned child from my father. I know all of that really fed my life, like not being seen, not being heard, um, not being listened to. And I don't think anyone outside of my father who abandoned me, obviously, but I don't think anyone else meant anything wrong by that. I think everyone else thought they were doing the right thing to help me, but I took it as no one was listening to me about what I wanted and what I thought was best for me. So it took me years to realize that I do have value. It took me years to realize that my spirit and my viewpoint and my opinion and who I am as a person mattered, and that I didn't need to be so aggressive and fighting for more money, better jobs, better clothes, more friends, more experiences, more, because that all kind of became a substitute for love in a way, for self love. And how it really and it's still, and believe me, that little abandoned kid, that fat abandoned kid, definitely makes his presence known behind me quite a bit. But that was a hard lesson to get to understand and really accept that this was a hindrance to my development, because I really felt like, well, who cares what I think, and who do I think I am to think that I can communicate with the spirit realm, and I'll be wrong, and why say anything? But slowly but surely, through my development, through a lot of the self work in my own self healing, um, I'm understanding that all of these things had to happen to make me a more empathic, empathetic, and compassionate being. That now all I want to do is really help people, and help people find their own confidence and their own faith in themselves. I don't think I can give anyone confidence or faith, but hopefully I can pull them and push them sometimes along, that they find it in themselves. So like I said, I'll always share my own journey with everybody if I ask people to share theirs. But as I went around the room, it was really interesting because a lot of people talked about the imposter syndrome, like, who do you think you are that you can do this? And at some point, someone's going to point their fingers at you and say, liar, faker, you're faking. You don't have the spirit world there. And or fear. People were talking about fear of being seen, fear of being heard, fear of being wrong, fear of the word no, because no is like, no, you're wrong. No, you're forbidden to do that. No, you're not allowed to. But and then when you hear the word no, meaning if I'm giving you evidence and you're saying, no, I don't understand it, you immediately start to tense up and you get anxious, and then you're kind of thrown out of your power. But that no is an opportunity to learn. Of course, you're going to get things wrong. Of course, you're going to misinterpret what the spirit world is telling you. Of course, in the beginning, the link won't feel strong, or the blend won't feel as secure as you want it to, but that's how you learn. So a no is not a bad thing. It's good, actually, because how else can you learn? You have to get things wrong to learn how to get things right, but and not to tense up about them, and not to go into this panic spin. um, Other people were talking about fear, a little bit fearful of the spirit world, of ghosts, of dark entities, of attachments, of spirits that need to be rescued, of not wanting to be scared by spirit. And I think all of this is our man-made issues in terms of fear. It can be your religious upbringing, where you're really taught, cohorting with the devil, and the stoning of the mediums, and all of these things, which actually it doesn't say that in the Bible at all. And some of the best mediums, Jesus, Moses, a lot of the apostles were mediums and would have physical seances. But a lot of these things have been removed from the modern Bible. But anyway, all of these things are ingrained in our minds, and there's a fear there. I really feel the spirit world only comes with love and to help. I feel that God, the Father, first principle of spiritualism, fatherhood of man, fatherhood of God, excuse me, that this superior and divine intelligence kind of runs both the spirit world and the physical realm, but they only come to help and with love, to help heal us and to help us. So I'm not really into any fear-based belief systems. I believe everyone has the right to their own belief systems, but when they're fear-based, that doesn't help anything. So I know that the spirit world only comes with love and to help. I no fear with working with the spirit world. Attachments, dark entities, these things. How can you do this work fully and openly if you're a bit afraid of it? And I don't think that is really part of it anyway. I think that obsession leads to possession. So if you obsess about something long enough, because it's kind of like, it's the same deal with like laws of attraction. If you say how horrible your life is and how horrible your job is and how you have no money and all these things, your life will end up to be quite horrible, and you won't have a good job, and you probably won't have this money flowing to you. So I think you really do. It's the law of cause and effect. The cause is my belief system, and it's a positive belief system. The effect is I will just receive love and healing, and I won't cloud my energy field with these fear-based systems, because that makes it harder for the spirit world to get through. But it was quite interesting how everyone in this lovely group, a lot of it was lack of confidence, not feeling confident in what they do, and feeling guilty about that, about not feeling confident. So you're sort of feeling bad for feeling bad, and that doesn't help anything. So listen, confidence, it's a slow build. It's a slow thing. And the only way to get better is to keep practicing and to keep taking classes and to keep doing things in your mediumship, in your healing, and your own self-healing. But afraid of being wrong, like I said, sometimes that hits confidence quite hard. But not feeling confident in yourself, I think it's okay in the beginning, but also be excited to learn. Also be excited to get up there. If a teacher says, okay, who wants to get up and demonstrate? Who wants to get up and try this? Even if you're afraid, do it. Get up there. I really had spirit pushing me from behind, and I was terrified in the beginning, but I would always get up and try something. Even if it was a technique I didn't like or did not resonate with me, I did it because, well, two reasons. A, because there have been times that I haven't volunteered, and then the class is over, and I'm like, oh, I should have done it. I should have tried. Doesn't help. The class is over. What's in the past is in the past. But do it. Get up there, because I don't want this regret that I should have tried. And I want the spirit world to know, to see me here as a medium, as a healer, as a vessel for them to work through and say, oh, this one's brave. This one's bold. We like this one. Okay, look, he's going to keep practicing. And even if he failed, and even if he fell, there's no failure. If you try, there's no failure. And he fell down, but he got up and he's trying again. I think they start to take notice of you. So get up and try. Also, and the other reason why I always tried to volunteer first, because like I said, I was very regretful when I didn't. So then I made myself, and then I could relax because then I got it out of the way. I didn't have to worry about a teacher calling on me because I had done my job. And then I could also give my fellow classmates the respect of paying attention to them and not sitting here in my mind worrying, oh my God, am I going to have to go next? Am I going to have to go? And I don't know, for some reason, I always was stuck in classes where a teacher would say, Joseph, get up there and do it. And you're not going to say no. That's horrible. I would never say no. I get very upset when I ask someone to do something in a class and they say no. Not upset. I get disappointed because I feel that they could do it if they would just have trust in themselves and have a little bit more confidence. But that's their journey. It's not mine, but it makes me a bit sad, because I want people to try. Just try. That's all the spirit world wants us to do is try. Okay. So as we're going around the room, I realize everyone really we're all so similar. We all want to do a good job, but we don't want to be wrong. We want to really be the best that we can be, but sometimes I don't think we're aware to get to where we want to be. That's really messy and that's really quite painful, but we have to go through that all. So we all come from the same place. So, if you're sitting if you're doing your own practice circles, ask this question: what's stopping you from being the best that you can be? What are you finding to be a hindrance in your development? Okay, I know there are other things that people said. I'm sorry, they're completely leaving my head right now. But yeah, the other ones are basically, I feel like, oh well, I had a teacher once that told me that unless I'm, whatever, just things that teachers would tell you, like unless you're seeing it 100%, don't say you're seeing it. Unless you're hearing it 100%, don't say you're hearing it. So some people, they're setting the bar so high that there's no way anyone's going to open their mouth because no one's 100%. So you need to, if you're working with a good teacher, I think that's great. But every teacher can only teach the way that works for them. So take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. So if people were saying, well, I wasn't sure if this was a woman or a man stepping forward because I was told that I have to feel the gentleman on the right and the woman on the left. And I'm like, well, that might work for the teacher who told you that taught you that, but that doesn't work for me. I don't work that way at all. So if that doesn't work for you, leave it. But you have to figure out your own method and allow the spirit world to work through you in a way that's good for you. It doesn't mean that if teacher A told you it has to work like that it has to work like that for you. It's fine. Listen, try everything because mediumship is about experimenting, respectfully, please, but try it. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Oh, I don't like it that way. Okay, but try, just do it. But at the end of the day, I don't think you cannot allow your fear to enter into this journey, the spiritual journey, in doing mediumship or healing. And you have to have the faith and trust in yourself first to then give faith and trust to the spirit realm. So just be bold, just be brave. Remember, all of these things that pop into your head, 99.9% of them have nothing to do with the spirit world, that it's with your own stuff that you have to start to clear. Because in everything that I talked about, all these reasons, my own reasons and what other people were telling me in this group, all of these things are in your energy field, are in your aura, and that makes it harder for the spirit world to get through. So try to relax, try to have fun with this. It's a joyful experience. Don't let yourself get nervous. It's okay to want it to do a good job, but it's when the nerves really start to elevate and you become anxious, and the anxiety to me is a killer, and it's really hard to recover from that. But keep going, keep talking, latch on to the spirit energy and just let them guide you. Don't bring your wants and your needs into a reading. Just let the spirit world come and let them endeavor to unfold to you why they are coming, and just allow it to happen. So really think about that. Like, what are you bringing into a reading that is detrimental to your development? And try to leave all of that outside. So much of this is like, I don't know, we're all different ages, but like 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, whatever, of stuff that we have to work out and purge so we can just start to clear this channel. Are we ever totally clear? I don't think so. Is this self-healing work ever done? Absolutely not. It's layer upon layer upon layer. But please trust yourself and trust the spirit world that you are exactly where you need to be. And God and spirit do not make mistakes. You are all on the path that you need to be on at this moment. So if you're starting with evidential mediumship and you end up in trance mediumship, fine. If you're starting in trance mediumship and you end up in healing, fine. But you have to start somewhere and just really examine these reactions when you're sitting face to face with a sitter or you're facing a congregation for a gallery reading. But be brave and be bold, and I guarantee you won't be disappointed, and you definitely will feel the power and the happiness of the spirit realm and the gratitude that you are going out there and moving out of your comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone, because that's really where growth occurs. Okay, thank you so much, and I wish everyone a lovely day. Bye.